ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe for more things. Oh, my legs,
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing an unboxing video and a countdown to Avengers Infinity War. The lovely Charlita One and I have been watching the MCU films, starting with Iron Man, and we made it all the way up to Captain America Civil War. That's as far as we were able to get through all the movies. We tried. But hey, for the last 2 years, those movies are all fresh in my mind still, so I'm okay with it. I was hoping to watch all of them again and rewatch Black Panther in the theater. It's still showing in my area, so it's just time, man, Dad life. Anyway, let's get to the unboxing and we'll talk about the previous Marvel films in just a moment. Gotta give a big thanks to Hasbro for sending these mighty mugs my way. I believe these are Avengers Infinity War mighty mugs, so let's crack these things open and see what's inside here and see what we got. And oh yes! Okay, I was hoping okay, so these aren't all Marvel mighty mugs because we have a Stormtrooper. So there you go, which is great because I love a Stormtrooper. He has a swappable faces right there. It's kind of neat. And then here's the new Han Solo. So this is all in celebration of the new Han Solo. There you go. Alright, and I do have my Black Series figure on the way. And I guess this is a unique Stormtrooper. Well, it doesn't look unique at all. It looks like a regular Stormtrooper, which I do want to keep. Then we get Iron Man. Oh, we got Tony Stark head right there. Tony Stark again. Iron Man. We get 3 faces each. And then the one I just got excited for was, of course, Thanos. Yeah, Thanos looks cool, right? Angry Thanos. Ooh, powerful Thanos. Really angry Thanos. Angry Thanos again. And that's it. So yeah, big thanks Hasbro. I'm not going to keep all these. I may do a giveaway for 1 or 2 of them. I don't know. Stay tuned for that. Let's move on to the notes that I had written on my phone over here while watching these MCU films. Starting with Iron Man. And I don't have too many notes at all. I only have 1 note that I put down here. And that is the flight scene was so epic. So rewatching Iron Man again, really, it really hit me hard in the geek spot because I thought that movie did a great job of really constructing the Iron Man character. I think Tony Stark and Iron Man is a very unique superhero. As much as he's similar to Batman, I still find him to be incredibly unique, especially because they got really involved in the construction of his weapons and his suit and everything. They really, it was really believable for me. So that whole flight scene hit the geek spot so hard when he's first learning how to fly and he's messing up his own place, or he backflips into the wall and all that stuff. So I love that we'd gotten that, and after all this time, I still love that movie. That is actually, from the first half of the MCU films that have come out, that is still one of my absolute favorite ones. After that, we had gotten The Incredible Hulk. I have loved the Incredible Hulk movie for a long time, and I have to say, after many years of us seeing the Mark Ruffalo Hulk, I gotta say it was a hard watch for me watching Incredible Hulk. I just didn't believe that as Hulk anymore. Like, at the time, I loved that movie. I thought it was great. It destroyed the Ang Lee movie, and for many years I really liked that Incredible Hulk movie. But now it's so obsolete to me that I do put it at the very bottom of my list of MCU films. It's my least favorite one. There's still a lot of great stuff in there, and I hate putting it all the way down there, but just because when I see that Hulk, it's like, yeah, that Hulk doesn't exist anymore. I have no connection to that Hulk anymore, nor do I have any connection to that Bruce Banner anymore, especially because I love Mark Ruffalo Hulk, and Hulk's my favorite Avenger. Then next we have Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2, there's a scene in there, and I can't remember if it was Tony or Rhodey. I put it in, I didn't write down the name of the person, but there's an impact in there where somebody hits the ground really, really hard from the air, and it kind of reminded me of that impact we saw from War Machine hitting in Civil War. So the fact that whether it was Tony or Rhodey, had survived it just fine, kind of makes that scene in Civil War when Rhodey hits the ground more believable. So it kind of sets the stage that the suit can withstand incredible impacts while having the pilot survive. So that was kind of a neat thing. Iron Man 2, definitely not my favorite MCU movie, but I really did enjoy Mickey Rourke in that film a lot, and Justin Hammer. I thought that movie had some really cool villains. I don't think everybody agrees with me on that, but I did like Justin Hammer and Mickey Rourke a lot, or Whiplash. Thor, that one came out after Iron Man 2. One thing that was really noticeable about that Charlita One and I kept on discussing was his eyebrows. Because Chris Hemsworth looks so weird with his blonde eyebrows. I think they bleached his eyebrows or something, because later on, you know, they're much darker, dirty blonde color. But yeah, he just looks really funny with those eyebrows. Plus, get to see him with the helmet again made me really wish that he had that helmet on, but I really think it's just Chris Hemsworth not wanting to wear the helmet, as I, you know, brought to his attention that he should bring the helmet back, and he just really seemed adamant about not wanting to do it. Okay, so Captain America came out after Thor, and wow, Captain America probably is my favorite of the first, I don't want to say phase 1 or phase 2, but the first 10 years, or the first 10 films, definitely my favorite one. I love that Captain America movie. I'm watching that scene, I remember that scene at the end when, you know, he kisses Peggy goodbye and everything. It's like, you really remember that, and you're thinking, oh, that's the last time he actually gets to see her. But she grabs the kiss. She grabs him for the kiss, which is great. The Space Stone powered guns, okay? Got me really thinking, and I should have thought of this before. You know, at the end of the movie, we see Red Skull kind of just shoot up into outer space, so it's like, I always thought, and a lot of people already thought this, that maybe he didn't die, maybe he got teleported somewhere, right? But then I started thinking, since they use a Space Stone to make those Hydra guns, are all those people that get blasted by those guns actually getting teleported somewhere? Because it is the Space Stone power. So maybe there's like this, maybe they're popping up in random places, like that planet in Thor Ragnarok, or just, I don't know, could end up on the other side of the planet. Who knows? But there's a possibility that all those people that got shot with those space weapons, those Space Stone weapons, actually didn't die. They got teleported somewhere. But who knows? They could probably very well just be dead instead. And then next we have Avengers, which is actually my favorite movie of the first 10 years of Marvel. Okay, so they're all my favorite. I keep changing which one's my favorite. But Avengers really, I mean, I love that movie. The biggest thing that stuck out for me with that, rewatching it, is I really miss Robert Downey Jr. reading Joss Whedon's lines. Robert Downey Jr. just flows so smoothly through those scripts, and I really miss that a lot. So I thought that's kind of a loss for me that Joss Whedon's not on board at all. I mean, I love the Russo brothers, but still, I miss those quirky lines of Joss Whedon being delivered by Robert Downey Jr. That's Scarlett Johansson. She's the hottest in that one. It's kind of funny to see Loki in prison again, because I just recently saw Thor Ragnarok, and it's kind of like Thor Ragnarok is actually pretty liberating for Loki, because we see Loki in prison quite a bit throughout the course of the MCU, but not in Thor Ragnarok. Hottest Pepper Potts by far. We get we get 2 scenes where she's barefoot, looking fantastic. That's always a thing I see, especially when she's wearing shorts. I like that. I really hate Cap's costume in Avengers. It's by far my least favorite. Most people think that way, or a lot of people can agree with me on that. It's just way too skinny. It takes the bulk away from Cap. So I love the Avengers movie. Still absolutely amazing. Now this is the first movie during the Disney buyout. And this is the first time when you're watching your Blu-rays, you have to go through that annoying thing where you get that blue screen and it says disc pop-up menu. You gotta hit the disc menu really fast, or else you're gonna get a whole barrage of stupid trailers, and, you know, little kiddie movies and stuff like that getting thrown at you. Super annoying. So from Iron Man 3 on out, you know, you have to deal with that. But I forgot how badass Pepper Potts was in that movie. She is really badass in Iron Man 3. I wish we got more and more Pepper Potts. Charlita One had made the point that during the Mandarin's initial attack on Tony Stark's Malibu home, on the beachside home, why not use the party protocol during that? I was like, oh, damn, babe, that's a really good, that's a good point, yeah. Why didn't he launch all those Iron Man suits then when he was getting attacked? Like, he could have really used their help, could have avoided that whole thing with him getting stuck underwater and everything. The other thing is that Iron Man 3 really made me miss Iron Man movies. I mean, Iron Man 3 is not the greatest MCU film, but I liked it still. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I liked it, so it makes me miss Iron Man movies. I hope to see an Iron Man 4, but Robert Downey Jr. is showing up in so many movies. We're going to see him tonight in Avengers Infinity War, of course. And then the last thing about Iron Man 3 I want to say is that this is the first MCU film that actually had a disappointing after-credit scene, because there's that whole little scene with Bruce Banner. That was a letdown. There's just nothing really happened there. That was a bummer. Alright, on to Thor 2, The Dark World. This is really where the MCU special effects, like the budget, I guess, just really went up a notch, because that movie has great special effects. Definitely not my favorite MCU film, but a lot of really good stuff going on as far as visuals. And that movie is really not that bad. I know it's not a lot of people's favorites, but it's really not that bad. But the problem that I have with it is that it is what I'm calling a relationship movie. And I feel like Dark World is actually the last MCU relationship movie. All of these MCU films have a strong subplot of a relationship, if not the main plot. And this is the first one, this is the last one that we see. So I thought that was pretty cool that, you know, they wrapped that up, because, I mean, I don't mind that there's relationships. Like in Black Panther, that one was perfect. I thought that was a great one. There's a lot of good relationships that happen in these movies, but it's not like one of the main subplots. It's kind of like 3 or 4, you know. And this is the first. This is really the last one where we see a romance storyline being, you know, really high up on that tier during the movie. Next is Captain America: Winter Soldier. They make it very clear in the beginning of that movie that he's not interested in dating, right? Even though you suspect there's a thing with him and Black Widow, but Cap still just makes it clear throughout the whole film that he's not interested in. And even though they kiss in that one scene, it's just for disguise. You know, it doesn't count. That movie is still amazing. The Russo brothers, I think they have an amazing ability of getting awesome close-up shots and awesome wide shots. The problem with this movie, though, is after the first, I don't know, 6 or 7 viewings, it does feel a bit slow. There's a lot of slow points in Winter Soldier. I still love Winter Soldier. I still think it's great, but yeah, it does slow down. One interesting thing about Winter Soldier is that this whole thing with Hydra and the data mining really reminds me of Facebook and all kinds of other things I'm not going to get into, but kind of neat, right? Black Widow was not Captain America's first kiss back. They have that conversation because she's like, "Oh, that was your first kiss back," and he's like, "I didn't say that." So he kissed old lady Peggy, didn't he? Didn't he? He hella kissed the old lady. I mean, would you? I hella still would. And then next is Guardians of the Galaxy. That's probably my favorite of the second 10 movies. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I never get tired of that movie. The outfit at the end that Gamora's wearing, I don't like that outfit. I'm glad it didn't come back. I didn't really notice that before, but I'm glad that that's not back. Rocket seemed a lot more cartoony in Volume 1 than he did in Volume 2. The other thing is that whole bad vocabulary thing, I really don't think they used it as much in Volume 2 as they did in Volume 1. A little bit in Volume 2, but I think some of them went over a lot of people's heads in Volume 1, so I think they cut it down for Volume 2. And then an interesting thing is that both the Collector and the Grandmaster both get end credit scenes where their asses are totally beaten. That's cool, right? Or not totally beaten, they're Eternals, but you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of neat. It's one thing I didn't think about, you know, seeing that movie again. Oh, and the other thing about Guardians is for the first time, we actually see an extra that's really hot. I don't know, I started taking notes about these really hot extras. We only see him in a few movies, but Nova Prime's assistant, hella fine. We got a couple more that I'm going to discuss. Going on to Avengers Age of Ultron, and I'll discuss, I mean, we know who the hotness is in Avengers Age of Ultron, right? We know. And we're going to get back to that in a second. But first I want to talk about one thing Charlita 1 brought up, was that Scarlet Witch let the Avengers take the Mind Stone, and she's essentially really responsible for creating the Vision. So, in a way, in a roundabout way, she's like the Vision's mother and lover at the same time. I said that. She was like, well, creator. And I was like, yeah, but in a way, like without her, we wouldn't have gotten the Vision. And it's just interesting that, you know, the two of them are lovers, right? We'll see how that escalates more in Avengers Infinity War tonight. And as attractive as Scarlett Johansson is and Elizabeth Olsen is, that Sokovian mom. I mean, come on. The Sokovian mama. Ooh, she's really good looking, attractive actress. You know, she did a great job and she's beautiful, gorgeous. Next, Ant-Man. Luis, the One Punch Man. Another point that Charlita One brought up is that in the beginning of the movie, you see him. He says to I forgot the name of the character that you know that Paul Rudd has to fight, you know, in prison and everything. But Luis was like, yeah, he's like, you know, I'm the only one who knocked him out, right? And then later on in the movie, when he's like pretending to be a security guard or whatever, he decks that one dude, knocks that guy out right away. So yeah, Luis, you know, we should see him doing more stuff. You know, he's a One Punch Man. And then the super hotness from Ant-Man for me is, of course, crazy stupid fine Anna Akana. I mean, come on, dude, Anna Akana. We all know, you know. So we all know that, yeah, Anna Akana, #1 hot chick in the MCU for sure. Crazy stupid fine. And then I don't really have any notes for Captain America: Civil War. We haven't finished Civil War. We got through most of it, but I love that movie still. I think it's a great movie. And the next, I mean, the other one that we missed was Doctor Strange, Guardians Volume 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, and of course, Black Panther. But all those movies are so current and so recent. I'm like 99.8% sure that there isn't anything that's going to be new to me in those movies. I've had my eyes on Infinity War while watching those movies. All these movies aren't any more than 2 years old. So if you can think of something that you saw in those movies that you didn't think of till now, please let me know in the comment section below. I will not be reading the comment section until tomorrow. So I encourage you guys to leave your comments, but I also encourage you to save reading the comment section until tomorrow because yeah, there's probably jerks out there that want to spoil stuff. It just happens. It just happens. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you had fun watching it. I had fun talking about all this stuff. I love the MCU. I'm very excited for Avengers Infinity War. The movie starts in 2 hours. I cannot wait, and I'll catch you guys later. Movie review on Infinity War tomorrow. Da, da, ba, 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 ba. Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.